Hello everyone and welcome to this video on auxiliary memories. In these auxiliary memories, we will be concentrating on two things. One is magnetic tape and magnetic disk. What is a magnetic tape and what is a magnetic disk? So first of all, we'll be going for the objective of this lecture. This lecture would be helping the students to gain knowledge in auxiliary memories, particularly on magnetic tapes and magnetic disk. Coming to the next one, what is an auxiliary memory? First, we'll be having a discussion about what you understand by an auxiliary memory. Why we will be going for auxiliary memory, what is the need of an auxiliary memory, and why an auxiliary memory is needed in a computer system. The first one is that there would be a main memory. In the last class, we have discussed on memory hierarchy. In the memory hierarchy, you have seen the main memory, auxiliary memory, and cache memory. So this main memory would be confined or it would be a small one. So apart from this one, you would be having uh, cache memory, which is used to store the intermediate data. Let's say in between carrying out CPU operations, cache memory is being used, and main memory is also used on that. But to store the data, additional to the data which is been there in the system, we require a separate memories. So the most common auxiliary memories like magnetic disks and magnetic disks are the devices which are being externally taken into consideration, which stores the data. So we have seen over here the most common auxiliary memory devices used in computer systems are magnetic disks and magnetic tapes. But there are other also like magnetic drums, magnetic bubble memory, optical disk. Nowadays we are using this optical disk. Now we are available with the semiconductor memories also in the form of auxiliary memories like pen drives are there. Now this is an old uh, literature, so that's the reason we are taking into consideration of magnetic disk and magnetic tapes. The most important characteristics of the device is to access mode, access time, transfer rate, capacity, and cost. These are the most important characteristics when you go for any device, memory device. What is this one? Accessing speed. I mean, it's accessing how you are going to access. It is a random access or sequential access mode. This is the accessing mode. Then how you are able to access the memory. When they say it is a faster mode or in a slow memory, or how you are able to access time, what is the required for accessing a data in the memory. This is the next parameter. Next one is that if you want to store a data or if you want to read a data from the memory, how you are able to transfer the data that is given by the transfer rate. Then comes the capacity and what is the capacity and what is the cost. Now coming to the access time. Access time is the average time required to reach the storage location in the memory and obtain its content is called the access time. Mean to say, there is some memory storage, there is an memory in that one, some data is being stored. So what is the time required to go to that location and take the data and come back to the main memory and say wherever the memory read option has been called. So this is called as the access time. So when you go for electromechanical devices with moving parts like disk and tapes, when you go for disk and tape, the access time consists of. Now this would be for semiconductor memories. This would be 100% true. But when you go for electromechanical devices, the access time consists of seek time. When you say that is the time required to position the read write head. There would be one head over there. That would be there. And transfer time required to transfer data to or from the device. These are the two parameters. Access time will consist of seek time, which is used to position the read and write. Okay. And next one, transfer time, transferring a data to or from the. So coming to the next one is magnetic disk. When you go for magnetic disk, Here, obviously, I will be showing one diagram before going to this one. So here you can see this is the first one is a floppy disk. In that one, you would be having one magnetic disk-like material has been there, and next one is an hard disk. Again, in this one also you will be having a cylinder. This is a reader, and all this one you do have a reader. The third one is magnetic tapes. So coming to this one, first of all, going to the topic of magnetic disk. Disk means a totally, just a, it would be usually a circular plate would be there. Plate would be constructed of metal, or it would be having a plastic coated magnetized material. So it would be a metal. So you can see over here this one inside it would be a circular in nature, and it would be what made up of. It is made up of metal, and it has been coated with magnetized material, metal or plastic, and it has been coated with the magnetized material. Several discs may be, I mean to say, in a one spindle, several discs maybe staggered. Mean to say you would be able to stack them, and to say connect all the discs over there, and with read and write available to each surface. I mean to say you will be having surfaces. Each surface will have read and write bits according to that. So bits are stored into the magnetized surface in the spots along with the concentric circles called tracks. Now we're coming to this diagram. So you can see this is one of the one. Let's take onto one spindle we are having one magnetic disk. We're not connecting how so many disks. Only one disk is being connected. So onto this disk you will be having as concentric circles. You can find it as concentric circles. These concentric circles are called as tracks. And on each disk you would be having read or write head, and a portion of, I mean, it's a small part of this one is called as a sector. Tracks are commonly divided into sections called as sectors. They are split into 8, 10, 12. Accordingly, the sectors have been formed. The most common minimum quantity of information which can be transferred is called as sector. The subdivision of the disk surface into tracks and sector is being shown over here. Now you can see over here. This is a total magnetic disk. Onto this magnetic disk, you are having concentric surface called as tracks, and these tracks are being split into small parts of magnetic disk called as sectors. So this is about the magnetic disk. Now coming to the magnetic tapes. Magnetic tapes these are magnetic tapes. You would be having one a we say um, let me say if magnetic Teflon material would be there, that would be running on one head to the other head. When it is transferred from one to the next one, there would be a reader over here that would be header would be reading that one, and you will get that. So magnetic tape itself is a strip of plastic coated with magnetic recording medium. So it would be a plastic coated with a magnetic recording medium would be there. Bits are recorded as magnetic spots. So all the bits over here are been recorded in the form of an magnetic spots, and the tape along the several tracks. So here I will be telling you, might to have very rarely used this magnetic tapes, but nowadays none of the student are been using this magnetic tapes, or it is not ever available. So what we used to have is that, so this tape will sometimes will be coming out, or there if you want to clear up all the contents, we used to place one onto the header side. We'll used to place one paper or something like that. It would be wiping away all the content. Spots would be have been wiped, and the tape would be have become blank. That would be there. So to have an new reading, or if you want to go for record, we can go for the record at any time. That was even if you had an tape records for your father, please ask the father to how this would be there. They can easily tell about that. So each tape will have I'm just saying magnetic tape will have a stripe of plastic coated magnetic recording medium. So on one side it will be removing the material. On the other side it would be I'm going to say it would be collecting the data over there. So this information is being recorded in the blocks referred to as records. So here in the information is been recorded in the form of blocks called as records. Gaps are unrecorded tape are inserted into records record and when they stop. So each record on a tape is identification bit pattern at the beginning and the end. You will be having bit pattern at the beginning and the end. By reading the bit pattern, you would be able to control tape control identifies the record number by reading the bit at the time. Tape units is addressed by specifying the record number and number of characters in the record. So, what is the size of the tape is been addressed by specifying the record numbers and the number of characters in each record. Records may be fixed or variable, and it may be any length. It is not fixed over here. But in magnetic tapes, magnetic tape disc, it would be a fixed selectors. Sector. So I think so. You are able to solve this one. I will be giving two lecture level problems, practice questions for you. One is that classify different types of auxiliary memories. You can easily classify that one. Illustrate the functionality of magnetic disks with the help of example. Thank you for watching these videos. Next video we will be discussing about the associative memories.